Hello everybody, Gisele Grenier here. Alright, so I've gotten through my list and this is video number 5 of the series and I'm done. So I was going to do embossing on a rock. No, I'm not going to do that, but so one of the kids was outside and he had made himself a massive sticker for his snowsuit of an Angry Bird. So I thought I'm going to do some sketching of Angry Birds. And so I was... This one is the similar to the Tim Holtz one, and I thought, nah, I don't even have the stamps. I don't want to go there. Then I found the Angry Bird here. I thought, I'm gonna make my own Angry Bird. So I wanted to do something with a kind of like an oval shape, and then I thought, oh, what if we did some bat wings? And came up with something like that. And then I put the feet apart, then together, made a little belly here, and then it is the eyes. So why don't I combine the look of Angry Bird, the red Angry Bird, with the oval shape? And I came up with something something like that. I thought, why not end the series on something fun, right? We'll just end it on something fun. All right, so basically going to go over everything depending on when you're watching this. Rocks, you can pick them up at the beach. You can pick them up gardening center. I got my stones at Home Depot in a big massive bag. I like this one. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this one. But when you get them, you have to use a scrubby brush, like a bristle brush, warm soapy water, scrub, especially if they have holes in them. These ones aren't too bad. Rinse them really well and let them air dry. And then what we're going to do is... You have options. If you're using DecoArt patio paint, this is outdoor paint, you can skip the next steps, okay? Because this is helpful. What I'm looking for is creating the rocks, prep and seal for the worst case scenario, because you don't know what people are going to do with them. So the last thing you want to do is use indoor only products. And let's say the paint starts to peel and all this stuff. It's not good. So what I like to do is use DecoArt Americana multi-purpose sealer to seal the rocks. 2 coats, all sides. Let each layer dry between. So I'll do this side, let it dry, then do this side, let it dry, then do the sides, etc., etc. And I'm going to go through the actual supplies I end up using at the end of the video, because sometimes I pull extra stuff in. So that. Then what I'll do, depending if it's the white or the black, I'll come in with the DecoArt Chalky Gesso, and I'll come in, and you can see where it's pretty rough. This is one layer, and you want to come in and coat it so you have a complete finish. Now, if you're going to be coming in with multiple acrylics, that's fine, but the whole key is that this is the prep part. We don't want the paint to peel off. Okay? And then I've got the paints here. The DecoArt Media Fluid Acrylics, Primary Cyan, Titanium White, Carbon Black, Raw Sienna. I think I might pull in something extra. And then varnishing, I'm going to be using the Americana Duraclear Ultramatte Polyurethane Varnish, which is indoor, outdoor. All right. So I'm going to... Well, you know what? Let me do this. Let me do that. Mia is in a mood. Oh my goodness, she is in such a mood. I'm going to go in with a sponge. So I'm going to work on this stone here, but I've already sealed it, and it's one layer of gesso, and I've got the gesso into a small little container. And a good way, see, this is with a brush, and I don't do it like that anymore. I use a cosmetic sponge, and I put it on like this, because what it does is it gives a more even coat of paint, and watch how fast it's going to dry. What I want to make sure is I don't have any ridges. Ridges equal this type of thing. Okay? I'll come in with the heat gun. Not that's close to the paint. Done, dry. Now flip it over, and I'll do the same thing again. This one's going to take quite a few coats to get rid of that ridge of paint. These are rocks that are already prepped to save time. So if you were going to paint a lot of rocks, do 10 at a time. And it will save you so much time. Doing one at a time is a productivity sucker. You want to do as many as you can at a time, especially the prep part. That way, when you're ready and you're inspired, all you have to do is take the rock and start painting. Okay, so I'm going to continue doing this. You don't need to see it on camera, but I'm going to continue doing this until I have complete coverage, and then I'll let you know how many coats of paint it took me to get to that stage. Look at that beautiful finish. It is gorgeous. Oh, wow. Okay, so now it's time to do the drawing. All right, so the shape, well, he's a little bit round. I would have preferred something a little bit more thing. We won't need to do his wings or his feet, so we're just basically doing this here. So I'm going to do a little bit of a sketch here. So thinking, all right, well, I want to paint him blue, but yeah, actually, I can just go right over and just paint him blue, because normally I would say sketch it around and only paint when I need to paint. But you know what? That's going to take so much time because it's a small piece, which always challenges me. So I'm using primary cyan, the Decor Art primary cyan, and I'm going to apply it the same way. Now, it took me 6 coats of gesso to paint the stone, but look how bright the color is. Now, can you imagine doing this if the stone was still that gray? The color would be not as nice. Oh, I got a ridge of paint there. Uh-oh. Okay. Let me fade that out. Yeah, because I pressed too hard on this edge. This dries so fast. Why am I thinking that's a divot in the rock? Okay, let's do the back. Now, as I'm using the heat gun to dry the paint, it's warming up the rock, which makes the application of the paint, it dries so much faster. Yeah, there's too much on the edge there. But that's a really neat effect, though, isn't it? I like that effect. It almost looks like a watercolor. Okay. I'm liking that. So now I'm thinking could go in with some gesso to create a more of a modeled effect. Could do that as well. Picasso bird. We can call him a Picasso bird. Ooh, a Picasso bird. Now normally I would just do this off camera, but I want you to see the effects as I'm working on it. There's a divot there, a crack I should say. I like how that is all irregular. I like that. But if I started playing with modeling, like to model, not model, this video will take way too long to do. So let's just stick on track. I might do this, ouch, that's too hot. I might do this again on paper to get that model effect. See, that's why I put my hands that close to the, like, holding it, because if my hands can't take the heat, then the heat gun's too close. That one burned my hands. I wasn't paying attention. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to dry this and I'm going to repeat the process over and over and over again until I have solid blue coverage. But I think I'm liking that. I think I'm going to retract that statement. I don't think I want solid blue coverage. What I don't want is I don't want little speckles of paint, white gesso showing through. Like this here, I don't want that. But I'm loving the mottling. That's still there. Okay, I'm going to set this aside to cool off, and then we'll start painting our little Picasso Angry Bird. We're ready to start painting. And I'm thinking I'm going to change my mind. Instead of using titanium white, I think I'm going to come in with the chalky gesso as the white because it's more opaque. So I think I'm going to come in with that. Let's put it right there. And I'm going to need some carbon black. I need to do liner work. I hate doing liner work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this stuff first, then outline it, and I may come in with a pen. Do I have a Luma color? I'll have to see if I can find a Luma color. So, let's see. That's not the right brush. When we're going to come in and start painting, I wonder if that's even going to show up. So what I'm doing is I'm painting his eyebrows. I think this is going to take a couple of coats of paint. So what I'm doing is I'm doing that. These paints here, I should, you know what? I should have actually used the Traditions because they're thicker. But I'm looking at my shelf. I wonder if the Americana... Because this one here, although, yeah, semi-transparent. Let me actually try yellow oxide semi-transparent. Shoot. Okay. What if we add a bit of weight to that? To try to help make it more opaque. This is too small for me to be comfortably working on. I don't like working on stuff that's this small. And then, let's see, we're making the line right about there. And we're going to go across the other way. If you have a stamp for whatever crazy bird you like, go ahead and use that. I'm going to come in with more white. See, if you put white as your base, then the raw sienna will stand out. It's crooked there. Oh yeah, I don't like doing this. You know what? I should have collaged this. I don't like working this small. Oh, I'm committed now. I am committed. Yeah, see, it's so much better now. Now the other thing is that make the eyebrows black. Okay. So now for the eyes, we'll let that dry. See, it'd be easier if I just took the brush and did that for the eyes, but they're going to be coming from underneath. So let me get a small round brush. I have got to find out where all my flipping brushes are. My small round brushes, all I have are script brushes. Okay. So now I'm going to be painting here to here. These brushes, I don't like these brushes. Even though Decor brushes, they've got a real ugly tip on them. The hairs are really, 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 really wispy. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. This looks like almost like a rake brush. Let's see if that works. That's better. I shouldn't have to cut brushes though. A filbert brush would be better, to be honest with you. Oh, I did hack a brush to make it like a filbert. I remember the days where I could paint small like this. Those days are gone. I don't have the patience for it. Let me know in the comments, do you guys have patience to paint tiny, tiny, tiny stuff? Not me. Not anymore. Now he's going to come right there. Actually, he didn't come over far enough, his eyes. And then this one here. And the good thing is that we're going to be putting an outline, a black outline. So really what you're doing is you're painting a really weird circle. Looks like an apple. Oh, Joe's on the lathe. Okay, now I need to come down a little bit more on this one. A little bit more there. And when you're painting stuff like this, paint it smaller because it naturally gets bigger as you're working on it. But the fun thing about these types of little birds is that they're meant to be whimsical. They're not meant to be perfect. If you really, if you haven't seen them yet, look at the Tim Holtz Crazy Birds, and I think there's the dogs, the birds, and I think he's got cats as well. Oh, they're so hilarious. I love those. Okay, that's that. And I'm going to rinse the brush, come in now with the raw sienna. Big glob of water. Yeah, should have used different paint. Black. This is where the craft paint would have been better. But you know what? The only craft paint, I have very limited colors in the craft paint. And there's going to be a black outline on that one. There's actually a black outline on all the elements. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that with I'm going to have to find my pen. I am not doing that with paint. Not happening. Okay, now his beak. So I'm going to repeat what I did before. I'm going to use white, the chalky gesso, the white, and it's a diamond shape. So it comes in like that, 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 and that. Is that how we're doing it? Yeah. And I'm going to make that raw sienna as well to tie the colors together. You know what would have been smarter? using a flat brush. See, look, the hairs are coming all over the place. Yeah, so we've got the black outline, so that's going to be good. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. It looks like a little rake brush. I'm going to have to call DecoArt on that. That is crooked. Well, you know how you're supposed to enjoy the journey, don't worry about the destination? I'm not enjoying this journey right now. Too small for detail painting. Okay. And so this belly, I don't know if I even need to do the belly. If I do the belly, then I'm going to have to make a line for that. Let's see what we can do just with this. And let me just dry this. And the eyes I'm going to have to go over again. They're all, oh, you know what? They're cracked. The paint crackled. Because I think it's the rock is too, the rock is warm. But it looks really cool. Okay, if I had to do this again now, I would collage it. I would not be fussing with this. I would paint the paper. I would paint paper. Oh, I should have did that. Paint paper and then just collage on top of it. This would have been a cute little project to finish off the series. There's something nice. Something fun. Not fun anymore, but... Alright, let's try that. And what I'm going to do now is take my bamboo skewer, dip in the black. How big do these get? If I press and hold... Okay, I'm going to making an outline, so I need to put that right there. Oh, perfect. Okay, can I use this for my outline? Oh, I can. Paint with the skewer. Can only get about 2 strokes in there, but I won't have to find my pigment liner. Oh, that's crooked. Oh, Mia. That's actually working out not too bad. And when the actual liner, the pigment liner I'm talking about is the stuff that is the Lumicolor Permanent Special. It is completely waterproof. I was using that when I was teaching my reverse glass painting. And it didn't require any you didn't need to clear it, because before I was using my Grenier pens and didn't need to do that. This is supposed to be squared off. But I haven't had any need for those pens for years. I don't think I have any left. Okay, let's see if I can do this. One line right in the middle. Oops, I have to finish this one. Nice. Shoot, he blobbed. Oh man, that's crooked. That is crooked. I can't see. Oh, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. This is what it's like working with a fountain pen. Oh, I should have got my fountain pen to do this because that ink is permanent. I've got the line going straight across. I'm going to make a little wiggle there. Oh man, does he look mad? He needs the he needs a body here. He needs a body. So I'm going to come in with white. And so I'm not going to make the body like that. I'm going to actually have it come out like this. I'm going to have it come out like that. Right here. And I can come back over with the black paint. That's bugging me about these brushes. Wow, they're all frayed on the ends. All right, I'm gonna go back and get my my soft grips or my Aqualons. And how far you go back, that's really up to you. Hopefully my head's not in the way. I'm going to cut in really tight on that because I'm going to come back in with the black. So that makes a huge difference. That makes a huge difference. And I'm going to come in. So just to kind of, you know, I always like my pieces finished on the back. So I'll just come in like this. Like I'm going to actually like have it so I don't touch it. And you can put tape if you want. But like I said, there's going to be a black outline, so I don't need to worry about soft edges. So I'm going to let all this dry. He touched? Yeah, he can touch down. I'm going to let all this dry, then I'm going to come in and put another coat of paint. And then I'm going to look at sealing. You know what what another idea? Collage script paper under that instead. I think that would have been kind of cool. Oh, his hair. His little, I've got a little swirly thing there, but that's, I don't know. Bring that a little bit further down. There we go. Boy, he looks pissed off. He looks mad. But his eyes are cracked. Look, I don't know if you probably can't see that. He's got little cracks in the paint. But yeah, I have to finish that up. So, okay, so I'm going to let that dry, come in, put an extra coat of paint basically on everything. Let that dry, and then we'll come in and we'll varnish it. Holy crap, I am never doing this again. Oh my God. So I had put it in front of the heat vent to speed up the drying time. Guess who decided she wanted to put her paw on it and thought it was a toy? All of her paws. Okay, it's now 3 hours later. So I basically covered it up again. I had to make the eyes a little bit bigger. I just basically had to start all over again. And you can see where the eyes are really textured because there's like 7 or 8 layers of paint on there. So I added the hair, and I found a really thin liner brush, and so I basically just repainted everything and just kind of went from there and added a little highlight in the eyes. But I am never doing that again. Ever. Now, what I also did while I was trying to calm myself down, I thought, what if you wanted to do this? Now, I'm not doing this in this project, but just to give you another option if you can't do liner work the way I used to, but you could paint these and then put them on the scrapbook paper and collage to make a bird. And this color is just Decor Americana Festive Green. I still had to add white to it to make it opaque, and that's only 3 layers of paint. But I thought that would be kind of cool to do that. And so if we just look at this and then look at this, I mean, you can even color it with a crayon if you wanted to. Okay, and the eyes. What I'm going to do is let's just say I'll dip that like that. Okay, so just to quickly show you what it could look like. All right, so I quickly just outline, and I'm using a glue stick because I can remove this, but I just want to just quickly show you some options. And this is quick. I wouldn't call this a finished project, but you know, the papers have to be cut properly. But there, you could do something like that too, and even put little like burlap or something for his hair. But so just, you know, if you don't like doing the liner work, you can do something like that. That actually looks cool. And I just use a little marker to go around really sketchy right on the paper. I mean, and these are the Prismacolor. They're not fantastic for this, but it's just to quickly just show you an option. And then hair. There you go. And then you could, you know, put the body around there and collage that, let's say, with strips of paper. So that would have gone under the beak, but you could collage strips of paper for the body. Like that. Okay? So that's, there you go. So that's some options for you. It's just, you know, you don't have to do, like I said, I am never ever doing that liner work ever again. Never doing it again. It did not make me happy. Oh, I was miserable. I thought, no, I am not going to let this project beat me. Here we go. So that's a little bit better. So you can do that. But yeah, so that's going to take a while. That's going to take a while to dry. So what I'm going to do is I want to show you the varnishing. I'm going to show you the varnishing on the back, because I don't think I'm comfortable. Well, let's see what happens. If it doesn't go right, if it goes terribly wrong, you'll never know because you won't see the video. Keeping it light. Okay, just going to blot off some of the excess. Making sure there's no ridges of varnish. And then I would let that dry and then do all the other side. All right, while everything is drying, let's go over the supplies I ended up using. So, DecoArt Chalky Gesso and the white and titanium white for the opaque finish and more fluid finish. Let's put that over there. DecoArt Americana Multi-Purpose Sealer and Americana DuraClear Ultra Matte Polyurethane Varnish. So the prep and the seal, and then the gesso as well as the seal, and then the actual paint. I know I covered that already. Decor Media Fluid Acrylics, Titanium White, Primary Cyan. I went with Raw Sienna, and then I changed it up to Yellow Oxide to make it brighter than Carbon Black. So these two together gets you the color that I'm going to be showing you. Let's see. A bunch of brushes, cosmetic sponge, and obviously the rock. And this is what we have now. All right, so look at the finish on the back. So that's the paint without the varnish. And then that's with the varnish. Very, very soft. But yeah, never doing that again. But what I did do was I finished gluing him down. So there you go. So there you go. These need to be painted, but I thought, well, and it's with a glue stick, so it'll come off. But you are gonna, yeah, this was just not meant to be. There you go. How's that? These were just not meant to be. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so there you are. Let me know. Okay, have you painted rocks like this before? How do you do the liner work? So fine and detailed. I mean, I had my glasses off and it was this far from I just couldn't get it right, and then I was getting frustrated, and yeah, never doing it. So the kids come to me and they want to offer me $5 from their allowance to do it. Here's a rock, here's the paint, do it yourself. That's what I'm going to do. So I'd love to hear from you how if you've done rock painting, how you've gotten around this. If you've never done it, practice on paper first. Okay, do your sketch, practice on paper first. My sketch, by the way, looks like this now. It's just a mess. But yeah, I mean, it was okay. It wasn't fun. I'm going to be completely honest. It was not fun, and I always say, enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. For this particular case, the destination was the goal. I had to get it done because I was not going to let this thing beat me. But yeah, so that's just me. But yeah, if you haven't done that before, especially with the fine liner work, if you're going to use paint, practice on paper first to find the right brush. That was the brush. I had to use the right brush. I had to go into my stash to find it. I didn't have any proper pens, and these Prismacolor, although it says archival, not when you put varnish on top of it. The varnish just dissolves everything. So that doesn't work either. But I hope that you enjoyed this. Take pity on me. So if you create a project based on this video, share it on social and post a link in the comments below. Or you can go to artplace.ca and click contact, and you can send it to me privately there, because I know some of you guys have been doing more of the email because you're afraid of, you're afraid of posting your artwork. Okay, so don't worry about it. If you feel more comfortable sending it to me by email, no problem. All right, so I'm going to clean up this mess. I'm going to go have a glass of wine, and until I see you in the next video, stay inspired.